Welcome, Michael. Are you there, Michael?
Hello? I'm good. How
Are you
are
there?
you?
Is this the real Michael Jackson?
Yeah, exactly.
What would you like to say, Michael?
I just want to ask you one question. Can you prove to me why Jesus would be a God? Like
When we look at
clear evidence, clear
when
evidence,
we
please.
yeah, so when we
Yeah.
look at Jesus' self-identity claims in terms of his property set, you will either have to accept or reject that. If you reject the composite property set that Jesus represents himself to be in his own self-authenticating testimony, then you will not have a model of reality by which anything can be proven. In other words, the property set that Jesus reveals about himself through
Okay, great.
himself, and let me finish.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a rather sophisticated presentation here. The composite property set that Jesus reveals about himself through his words and his spoken ambassadors is such that without that composite property set being true, then proof, truth, and reason would not have any basis or foundation. So do you believe that some things can be proven?
I believe if this thing has the
Answer the question. Can some things be proven?
yeah.
Okay, then Jesus Christ is God. Because if you deny that, then you are saying proving some things can be done in a model of reality whose ultimacy is not the attribute set of Jesus Christ. So what would that be? I'm giving you a transcendental argument. A transcendental argument is that in order for X to be true, Y must be true. Since X is true, therefore Y is true. I'm trying to show you that
I see.
proof, reason, and truth can only be viable and actual if and only if the property set of Jesus Christ is real.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, I'm almost done. Deny that proof, reason, and truth entirely derive and depend upon the attribute set of Jesus Christ, and you're going to have to explain what it is that is the ground of all being that provides for truth, reason, and intelligibility. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So I've just proven to you, doesn't mean I'm persuading you, but I've just proven to you
Okay.
that Jesus Christ is who he said he is. Because it's impossible for you to rationally deny his self-identity claims. You could irrationally deny it, but you can't rationally deny it.
Yeah, great. So may I ask you the second question?
Sure.
It's a yes or no question. So please, if you can answer with yes or no.
I'll try.
Can you do that? Yeah.
I'll try.
Can you? Did Jesus say, "I am God, worship me"? In anything in the Bible or in the historical stories? Are you
a Muslim?
No, I'm not. I'm agnostic. But can you just answer the question?
Okay. So, Jesus told his followers
yes or no,
that
please, yes or no.
Oh, did Jesus say those exact words? No.
No, I'm not talking about exact words. I'm talking about the direct, not exactly the same words, but like, I'm God, worship me. In any case.
Yeah, Jesus told in John chapter 8, he told the Jews that before Abraham was, he said, "I am," and he was referring to himself. And they picked up stones to stone him, and he said, "Why do you want to stone me?" They said, "Because you make yourself equal to God." Jesus said that he had the authority to forgive sins, and the religious leaders in his day said that was blasphemy. They said only God has the authority to forgive sins. Okay? Jesus in the book of Revelation is recorded as saying, "I am the Alpha and the Omega." Okay?
So my problem is you keep relying on the Bible. That I don't even trust the Bible. But anyway.
Okay, well then here's the problem. If you don't accept the Bible as the authoritative revelation of God, then you're relying on the authoritativeness of human reason in and of itself. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Do you reject that the composite self-identification message of the Bible and Jesus Christ, do you reject that it is self-authenticating as it speaks at being self-authoritative? Do you reject that?
I don't know.
No. Either you accept it or you don't. Do you accept that Jesus Christ and the Bible speaks in a self-authenticating way, meaning that whatever the Bible says and speaks is authoritative upon all things? Do you accept that?
According to the Bible, yeah, I guess.
Well, then you're going to have to accept what the Bible teaches about God and about Jesus Christ and about salvation. See, the point is this, is that if you don't properly understand the Bible, you can misunderstand its message. When properly understood, it's a robust worldview that is self-authorizing and self-authenticating. In other words, it cannot be rationally denied. In other words, a world that is not grounded and rooted in the triune God of the Christian scriptures,
okay,
then nobody can speak authoritatively about anything.
Okay, can you tell me how?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
If I say to you 2 + 2 = 4, I can only say that authoritatively because the triune God of the Bible exists and has revealed himself in creation, wherein he is the singular absolute that provides that anything that would be true remains over time. Now, if you reject that, then you're going to have to believe that something else secures that some things are true over time. What would that be?
I don't know.
Well, guess what? There you go. I've just proven to you that the Christian worldview is self-attesting to the impossibility of its contrary. So in other words, everything you assert is based upon I don't know.
All right,
Therefore, when you reject the self-identity claims of Jesus Christ, it's I reject the self-identity claims of Jesus Christ because of I don't know.
So let me clarify my point real quick. So
is your point ultimately grounded in I don't know?
No, can you let me speak?
Oh, okay.
Speak,
what is
please?
okay?
Yeah.
When whatever point you're about to make, whatever truth that you're about to present.
I'm not making. I'm clarifying the previous points I talked about.
Okay.
Okay. So when I said I don't trust the Bible, so the Bible we have right now, do you no? Okay, I want to tell you that. How many times did the Bible was read? Like the
sir,
the Bible
you don't
is
know you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
so the fact of the matter is the Bible.
The Bible was. Can you tell me?
I'm trying to explain it to you. Okay, I've actually studied this. Right, the Bible has not gone. The Bible has not been translated from one language to another until we have it in English or modern languages. The Bibles that we have today, with rare exception, are translated from the original Hebrew scriptures and the Greek. Okay, the original copies, right?
Yeah.
So we have the Hebrew scriptures are translated into English. The Greek copies are translated into English.
Why do you have
there are rare
a lot
exceptions.
of copies?
You're not understanding.
Why do you have a lot of copies?
Why? Because
a lot of versions.
Why? Because the New Testament spread with multiplicity throughout the Roman Empire, and they copied it all over so they could all have the same inspired revelation of God.
No. I'm talking about the versions. So each version differs
because
from
language
the other,
language is constantly updating and evolving, and so what they do is they try to improve. Let me ask you something. Are you talking on a cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. And how old is it?
2 years.
Okay. So what did you use before 2 years ago?
Another one.
Oh, well, why'd you get a new one?
Because I needed to, because the other one didn't fulfill my my requirements.
Okay. So the reason why we have new English translation is because they're trying to even do a better job than the previous English translators did.
Are you applying this example on the Bible? Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to look. Hey, dude, I've studied the history and the transmission of the Bible. You haven't. The fact that we have a multiplicity of translations. Are you talking about specifically English?
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Why?
Why
Because there's no
no
copyright.
no no no. Let me continue. Why do you still have the old versions and some of you guys, Catholics and whatever
I'm not Catholic.
okay, whatever it is. Some of you guys still reading from these old versions. Why don't you guys all use the last version?
People are still using the King James Bible of 1611, and it's still
Yeah, why?
a reasonable translation. It contains the same Bible doctrines as a translation that was just released last year, such as the Legacy Standard Bible. It's just that we try to improve on the accuracy of the translation. It doesn't mean that the previous Bible are mistranslating the Bible. They're just improving upon it. Okay, making it even more clear.
Yeah. So
My friend, you should listen. You should go on and read some scholarly works about how we got the Bible. Okay, because you're uninformed.
I don't need to, but
Yeah, you do, because what you have been saying is misinformed about the nature of Bible transmission. If you're going to talk about the nature of Bible transmission, but you haven't read any scholarly works, then you don't know what you're talking about. Any Bible scholar would laugh at what you said, talking about that there are new English translations.
so I'm talking logically,
Okay,
okay?
so let me ask you
If
this question. Do you know the difference between a dynamic equivalence versus a formal equivalence when it comes to English translation?
I don't need to know.
Okay, do you know what that is?
I just said I don't need to know.
I didn't ask you if you need to know. I said, do you know what that is?
No.
So you don't understand the difference between a dynamic equivalence versus a formal equivalence when it comes to an English translation. So, for example, the New International Version is called it's a dynamic equivalence. The New American Standard is a formal equivalence. Well, what's the difference? One is written at an easier to understand grade of English, it's written at a fifth or a sixth grade level of English comprehension. The New American Standard, which is a formal translation, a formal equivalence, is written at like an 11th or 12th grade level of English. So we have two different translations for the purposes of communicating the same content at different English reading comprehension levels. So do you understand why we have those two different translations?
Okay, so you're saying that the words of God were not clear enough over years, so they keep updating.
You're not understanding. Is because there's a balance in translation between paraphrasing and being literal. And the point is, there are different goals for different translations, and they have different purposes. Some are intended for people who have a lower English comprehension versus people who have a higher English comprehension. They both teach the same doctrines. But you see, you haven't studied this stuff, and so you have no idea of why there are different translations. Sometimes there are organizations, okay, because of their denominational views or for printing purposes, they want to have their own translation so that they don't run into copyright problems. Okay?
Darth, the reason why this guy is being so closed off is because he's a Muslim. He lied to you. If you check his repost, it's very clear this guy's a Muslim.
So you're a Muslim?
Yeah, that's why he left. You're not getting him out of
he ran away. You see, so he was lying the whole time. You see, when he said, "Where did Jesus say, 'I am God, worship me'?" Notice what did I say right away? I said, "Are you a Muslim?" And he said, "No," and he was lying.
Exactly, and you should have been able to tell.
I was pretty sure that he was lying. He didn't see any bad behavior. Where do they grow these people?